Hello Pisces, this is Eco Tarot. Welcome. I'm Kensley, the Eco Tarotist, and thank you so much for coming to my reading today. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be a chakra check-in, and we're going to go through each of your chakras and then put it all together at the end. I've already pulled all the cards, and any questions you might have about the reading, please see the box below for details. Please like, share, and subscribe if you can. And also, I'm now on Instagram, which I have not told anybody else for these readings, but I'm at Eco Tarotist on Instagram. So if you could join me, that would be amazing. There's a lot of extra fun facts on animals and plants and my interpretations of them. Okay, so Pisces, you first got the koi fish spirits. There's always enough, and I love that you get the fish, Pisces, Mr. and Miss Fish. But it's talking about feeling that abundance of. I mean, it is wealth and prosperity focused, and it's saying, you know, even if you are in a small pond, you can manifest and feel. You know, happy and successful in whatever you're doing. And frankly, I'm just going to say this. I know there's such a huge push in this country to, you know, have all the grades and go and do this and that and be successful. And I don't equate success as monetary success anymore. I think I used to. But I don't now. I think it is, because I've seen plenty of people who are monetarily successful that aren't happy. And I've seen plenty of people who would say themselves that they are monetarily not, you know, they're middleman of the totem pole or whatever. They're not upper echelon. And they're actually really happy. So money doesn't mean everything, and I think this card is saying, really look at, you know, what, there's always enough. There's always enough for you. So don't wish your life away thinking that you should have something different. And then you've got the groundhog spirit, time to let go. And I love this card. He's holding so tightly, can you see this, to this heart, and it's saying time to let go of the heart, of the love, of something about love. And I can see that this is definitely a love reading. Oh yeah, Pisces, this is definitely a love reading. I don't know how this is all gonna go down, but I know it's a love reading. But what I love about the groundhog that most people don't know about is that, so I used to be a airport wildlife biologist, and I would help them with their wildlife hazard management. And groundhogs and prairie dogs and all those kinds of animals that are burrowing type animals, they were very, very detrimental to an airport because they would burrow tunnels underneath the runways, and we called them destabilizers because they destabilized the runways, and it was not only very expensive but very safety wise, it was a big safety risk to have those animals there to you know, you made it all the way from Hawaii and you're landing and the runway craps out on you and the tire blows and then you're done. It's like, no, you need there's safety precautions here. And so where is this going is that they're destabilizers. And then if you think about it, 3 to 31 is 4 broken down, and that's stability. So to me, once you let go of whatever you're holding on to, there's going to be stability in your life. And then building blocks is the last oracle card you got. And that truly is about building something with a wonderful foundation. Building something over in a relationship they already have, or building something new with somebody that you just met. But it's building something with honesty and humility and clear communication and genuine desire to know another person, and all these things that are truly the most important parts of a relationship. Not, what do you do? Yeah, you know, that's just, you're not high enough on the totem pole for me. No, fucking A. You got a stable job. I always decided that I'm like, as long as you have health insurance, I don't care what you do. Just that's a deal breaker for me, is health insurance. Sorry, it is. No offense to anyone that doesn't have it. No offense at all. It's just something of mine that I've decided to put on. Okay, so let's start into your reading. Root chakra. The balanced root chakra is stable. It's grounded. There's prosperity. There's physical healthiness, and it's supported by the Emperor and the tree. And the tree is a symbol of health and stability and groundedness. And you get the Emperor, which is a really great energy of stability and groundedness, and the King of Kings, and he's the leader of, and he's very responsible and all of this. So I think your root chakra, this is interesting because this koi spirit coming in, and it's very monetarily, financially focused, and the root is more of the financial aspects. It's the lower chakras. It's more grounded. It's more earthly. It's more material. It's istic. It's more pentacle type energy, where you're dealing with money and jobs and material goods and tangible things, not thoughts and things like that. And so this is interesting that you get the very thing that I would think would be healthy, is the root chakra is the tree, and the tree is absolutely stable and a symbol of health, and the Emperor is a very successful person. So you're very successful in this, but who knows? I mean, are you happy? Because this is talking about being happy with just having what you have. So let's go into the next one. The sacral chakra is that, still the lower chakras. It's that healthy sexuality. When you're in balance, it's intimacy, it's pleasure and feeling and fluidity and creativity and desire and all of these things that kind of are deep in your nether regions. And you get the Two of Cups and the Bear with the Lenormand card. And I didn't go into the, when you're out of balance, there's sacral is, when you're out of balance, there's rigidity, emotional numbness. When you're in excess, there's overly emotional. You might have sexual addictions. There's obsessive attachments. That kind of thing. And I see this chakra, like I said, with the Two of Cups and the Bear, which is leadership and leadership and not control, but it's very mama bear. It's very mama bear. It's protection. It's what I would think an emperor would be. It's like the emperor of the animal world, except I think of it as mama bear. So I think of it as very maternal, protective, and aggression, sure. But it's like you're protective of this connection that you have with somebody else, this partnership that's equal partnership. And and I think I do think that when you are healthy with the sacral. There's no need to be protective or aggressive. That there might be some obsessive attachment type stuff to this connection, and that might be holding on to it. So I do think that there's an excess of sacral chakra. Doesn't mean that that's bad, and we can go, see how the rest of this plays out. But it does sound like there's a little bit of kind of obsessive type aggression and protectiveness towards that connection. Is that bad? I don't know. I think it's bad. If it's balanced, it's not bad. Your solar plexus is what I would consider to be the self-esteem. It's your gut instinct. It's governs the ability to see both inner and outer dimensions, vitality, strength of will, purpose, self-esteem, visionary, courageousness. When you're deficient in the solar plexus chakra, there's poor self-esteem, and you're on the passive side of things. When there's an excess, there's dominating, controlling, aggressive, scattered kind of energy associated with that. And I see that as being supported by the Hermit and the dog, which in the Lenormand deck, the dog means loyalty and friends. And I love it that there's the dogs right there. One is supposed to be tame and one's supposed to be wild. Maybe from the moon card? Yeah, look. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's the same dogs from the moon card. Except one's supposed which is not tame, which is tame. And you're dealing with the solar plexus, tame. I almost see this as more passive, because when you are in balance, there's strength of will, there's purpose, there's your self-esteem is just going full steam ahead, there's vitality, there's courageousness. And I see this as retreat and thinking about things. It doesn't necessarily mean that's bad. That might just be like a momentary thing where you need to think about something that's happened to you that's affected your self-esteem. But I do see that there's this loyalty associated with protecting the self-esteem. There's a loyalty towards withdrawing and contemplating over what happened, maybe to loyalty. Oh, that's what it probably is. Yeah. Contemplating and, oh yeah, okay. Contemplating over what the F happened about this loyalty in your life that might, clearly there's something amiss, and you're holding on to it because clearly you need to let it go in order to find balance in your chakras. Oh, okay. And so I do see a sense of holding tightly to a connection, retreating and contemplating. Your self-esteem has been hurt, and contemplating over this loyalty that you're holding on so tight to. Maybe you expect loyalty and you didn't get it, or maybe you got it but you demand more, or I don't know. So let's go into the heart chakra, and that's when in balance, there's compassion towards others and yourself. So there's self-acceptance there. There's good relationships, there's intuition, there's vulnerability associated with your relationships, which is really hard to do. When there's a deficit in the heart chakra, there's shy, lonely, isolated, bitter, among other things. This is just a quick list. When in excess, there's codependency, jealousy, possessiveness, poor boundaries. And I see, so you get the King of Swords and the whip, which I depicted as the coach whip snake. Okay, so the whip is, that's interesting. I actually forgot to pull what some of these, so I'm still learning the Lenormand deck, and I definitely, hold on, let me just see if I can find this real quick. It's not completely easy to memorize everything like right off the bat, so I apologize. Here we go. Yeah, so there's conflict, debate, opposition, and arguments associated with the whip, and there's this King of Swords, and the King of Swords is probably the most like the Emperor in the Minor Arcana, where he's the CEO of his business, or the owner of his business, and he's responsible for everyone else in the company, and he's the head of the household, and there's a lot of responsibility, but he thinks through all of his problems, and is very calculated. It's on one hand, it's intimidating. On the other hand, that man's going to tell you the truth no matter what, and I really dig that. I mean, it's like there's honesty, there is loyalty, there's and so, but there's this conflict and debate and opposition and arguments around this character here, and he is very much in his thoughts. And so I think, interesting, I think there's isolation, I think there's bitterness, I think there's a deficiency in the heart chakra. And look at that, and you need to let that deficiency go. Look at that, let go of the heart. Whatever you're holding on so tightly, to allow stability to come in. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Throat chakra. When in balance, there's clear communication. There's creativity and resonance. When in deficiency, there's fear of speaking, poor rhythm. When in excess, there's an inability to listen, stuttering, excessive talking. And then you got the Ten of Swords from behind and the Cross, which in the Lenormand deck means duty, dogma, burdens. And so I do think that there's an ending and a reflection associated with duty and obligations and burdens. There's an ending of that, and there's already a self-reflection, because this front card is just like, death. And this guy is like, it's either this guy that got out of his suit and only the swords got the suit, and he's like, holy shit, that was close. I was just taking a piss over here. And they got the suit, not me. Or it's someone new that's come up and is like, what the fuck happened to this guy? Oh, it's brutal. Or it's the guy's spirit who's like, ugh, okay. Well, that happened. that happened. And the happiness is obscured, but only, I mean, in an eclipse, it's only temporary. Oh, think about that. So I think that there's contemplation. This guy's contemplating what went down. Let's go take the piss route. He went to take a pee and left his suit of armor, and then the army came by and thought they killed him, and he lucked out. You're in good luck. Oh God, I'm sorry. It's late. I've decided to stop drinking tea and start drinking wine. I'm just kidding. It's like my first sips, and it's also like it's late. Poor Pisces, you get the last of it all, and I'm delirious by it, you guys. And so I'm like taking a pee. I'm sorry. I'll be professional. Because this is very fucking serious stuff. So, but there's an ending to this duty and this burden, and if you think about the cross that Jesus had to, be tied up on and bear, and all of this stuff, it's hard. It is hard. And I think that means that the ending of these burdens, and maybe it's the ending of the overly aggressive, protective, controlling. I feel a lot of control down on this end. And that's the end of the control, and clear communication is going to come through. It's either saying end it to get to have clear communication, or it's already ended and you're having clear communication. Third eye is your intuition. It's deepest wisdom, seeing the future, clear seeing, psychic perception, accurate interpretation, imagination. When in deficiency, there's poor memory, poor vision, unimaginative, in denial. In excess, there's headaches, nightmares, delusions, difficulty concentrating. And you get the Empress and the anchor, which I portrayed as the anchor bug, but it's truly the anchor of a ship. But clearly, I was like, the anchor bug is so much cooler, and it looks still like an anchor. Whatever. So this is fascinating that you got divine. It's not just divine counterparts. It is the Beyonce and Jay-Z of the tarot deck is what you got. So this is major connection here. And this is fascinating to me because the anchor is stability. It's I'm sure what I want to say about the anchor is it's stability. It's putting, hold on, let me just double check because, and I'm so sorry, I should have put this out here. Poor Pisces, man. You're getting the raw end of the deal. Stability, resilience, restraint, security, and laying foundations. And this is your intuition. So your intuition, I think, is doing amazingly well. It is absolutely in balance, and your intuition is the exact counterpart to your root and this individual here. And stability, resilience, restraint, security, laying foundations. And I see that absolutely in laying foundations. I feel like that's a what I like about the Empress, and sorry I've been kind of flailing a little bit, but what I like about the Empress is that it softens the Emperor. Otherwise, if she wasn't in the picture, he could easily be a very oppressive, controlling person. But she softens him. She brings in that nurturing element that grounds him. And then he, in turn, supports her fruitfulness and protects her fruitfulness and her abundance and her ideas. She grows the ideas, and he supports the ideas and implements the ideas and protects the ideas. Crown chakra, it's spiritual connection. It's consciousness, it's wisdom, knowledge, wholeness, oneness, in deficiency, you've got limited beliefs and there's some apathy there. In excess, there's overly intellectual, confusion, spiritual addiction, disassociation. And you get the Knight of Cups and the Tower. And this is not the same kind of tower that you would imagine in the tarot. The Tower in Lenormand is literally up in a tower. Like up in a tower. So I totally see this as a knight in shining armor going up to the tower to rescue his lady lover. And I know it's from the backside, and I always kind of give it a chuckle because from the front it's like Disney storybook knight in shining armor, and then from the back he's like, yeah, toast. In the cup that he's giving, which you think is to you, is really on the backside. He's toasting the stars, Orion, and he's like, I love you, Orion the hunter, because I dig the hunt of the ladies. I know. But I see this tower here, this structure, and I feel that he wouldn't put in all the effort if it wasn't worth it. A player won't do that. Unless maybe he likes the chase and the hunts, and then he's gonna like pursue, and then I don't know. I just think there's some higher consciousness here going on. Oh, that's literally higher consciousness. This is the crown of all the chakras. You're up in the tower. You're there. And your divine counterpart, this guy, I don't get the hunt guy that typically is supposed to go with this card. I get, he's coming for you. And he's night or day, he's riding to get to you. And he's just gonna toast the stars of what, but I already know that this lady is amazing, or this person or this man is amazing, and they're my counterpart, and I'm coming at you. So let me go back to all of this and blend it all together, because I see you've got two huge counterparts, major arcana counterparts. You've got kind of a holding on to the connection for dear life in your sacral. You've got retreat and a little concern over loyalty in your self-esteem. You've got an abundance of intellect and control in the heart, and you're not in your emotions in the heart chakra, you're in your head. But it's like a change. It's like the throat chakra gets you past it all. The throat chakra, there's this ending of these burdens of control and aggression, over aggression. And you can now begin to have this stability in the relationship of your dreams. And it's because your counterpart is coming up towards you. Oh, they are making their own spiritual journey, and they are moving up, and they are allowing themselves to climb up this tower of the chakras. Ooh, I like that. But that's absolutely, they're now willing. And they're making their own spiritual awareness and their own spiritual journey, and they are allowing themselves to move up the tower to meet you where you are now. because there's that dogma too. There's this dogma, releasing of dogma. And I think that is very helpful in understanding spirituality. And this is all about letting go of what you held tight. This is all about letting go of maybe not feeling good enough financially. This is all about establishing the right kind of building blocks. Not, do you have a job that's like 600,000 or more? No. Let's go with the right kind of stability and the building blocks of stability, which is the anchor. And that's honesty, humility, clear communication, a genuine desire to know each other. I think that's pretty cool. It's like